And now, ladies and gentlemen, the main event tomorrow, Easter Sunday live on Sky Sports. A rematch that has taken the boxing world by storm, will be one of the biggest fights this year. Promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer in association with Frank Warren of Queensbury Promotions. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, holding a professional record of 23 victories versus 6 defeats and 1 draw, with 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Sheffield, England, please welcome the former Commonwealth middleweight champion, ladies and gentlemen, Liam Cannonball Cameron.
Only fools rushing, and I falling in love with you.
Official weight, 12 stone, 6 pounds for Liam Cameron. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, undefeated as a professional, 8 victories, no defeats, with 1 draw. Fighting out of Darlaston, West Midlands, England, please welcome the Olympic silver medalist and the current reigning, defending IBF International Light Heavyweight Champion, the surgeon, Ben Whittaker.
Yo, Chris. How are you doing? Edmonton. Toronto. Yo.
When my feet, why have you dropped down? Shell down in ends and cut left them now, wait till the cops come. Roll up a high grade, smoke and cool down.
Official weight, 12 stone, 7 pounds for the surgeon, Ben Whittaker. Now making his way to the scales, the surgeon, the master of the drunken style, the undefeated superstar, Ben Whittaker, 12 stone, 7 pounds.
Well, it's kind of the unexpected, isn't it, with Ben Whittaker? He loves a good walk on, and now he's got a mascot for him to step on the scales.
I just thought that mascot's a bit short. That can't be Ben. But you know what? Ben's going through the motions. He's got that truculent attitude towards the fans and the media because, you know what, of how he feels as though it's been treated since their last fight. So now this is what it's about. It's on the line for him to make an impression, and I mean a good impression, not just scrape through a win. But if he wants to get to that next level, to say I'm potentially world class, he needs to get this job done right and get rid of this bogeyman, because Liam Cameron right now is his bogeyman.
One of the changes that Ben has made since we last saw him last October is that he has linked up with Andy Lee. You know, he has said that he was going to make changes anyway to his training team. But you know Andy very well. What's he going to bring? What's he going to add to Ben's game? And how do you think that kind of relationship's going to work? Because it seems to be working okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good move for him. I think Andy's very calm, very analytical. He's a deep thinker. I think they'll get on a personal level. But I think certainly boxing-wise, I think he's a good fit for him. I think he'll get Ben sitting down on his shots more, punching harder. And I think he'll be able to have good educational chats to him about navigating through a 10 and 12 round distance fight, when to pace it, when to step on it, the psychology of a long distance fight.
Longer term, I mean, Ben Whittaker, it's fair to say he's not a massive puncher, but do you think that could be one of the qualities that he's gone to Andy for in terms of the Kronk background?
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be able to, like you say, you're not going to make a one-punch knockout specialist out of somebody who can't punch, but you can always improve their punch power by teaching them leverages, biting point, you know, sitting down on the shots, balance, range, etc. So I think this will be. I mean, this is a pretty long stare down. I don't think we're going to hit Saudi
Go to Andy
levels.
Clark, 'cause I know you're a big fan of these lengthy stare downs. I mean, we saw it between Furyk and Usyk, didn't we? That they were the ones that sort of went into the 11-minute mark. These two are giving it a good go.
Yeah, they are, because this is well past a minute now. I've not been timing it, but the rule of fun for fighters generally is that once you get past 30, 40 seconds, then it becomes a thing. Past that point, you can't be the first one to look away. Before that, you can break that gaze, decide that you're going to break it, and look away. And at the minute, they're just trying to get these two to back off each other. They still haven't broken that gaze. They're just about doing it now. Cameron just giving Whittaker a sideways glance, but they sustained that for a good while.
Johnny, that was a slightly different Ben Whittaker. We saw it in that face-off. He's not normally the one. He's normally the one to look away.
Yeah. If I can remember, I can never remember Ben being bothered about that sort of stuff. He's like, I'll do the stare and get out of there. But on this occasion here, I think he's trying to make a point to say, I'm not the guy who you think you know, because he's never done that before. These things really mean nothing to him usually. So I think he's trying to. This is his last chance to try and make any kind of impression on Liam's head.
All right, let's hear from Liam. He's with Andy.
Liam, so much interest, so much intrigue, so much hype. You did not want to break that face-to-face there. Is that one last mind game that I'm not looking away?
Yeah, it's got to be like that. I looked to it the other day, didn't I? So I thought, I'm not getting him again.
What did you see when you looked at him there?
It's getting smaller, isn't it?
That's what you think?
Yeah, getting smaller. It was the same like last fight, it got smaller and smaller.
Or are you getting bigger and bigger?
Could be.
What about your mindset coming into this one? I think you've sort of made no secret. Now you know what you know. You know, I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You had the fear last time, you built him up to be a monster. What about this time? You know the rounds that you shared with each other, that must count for something.
Yeah, 100%. What is it, round 6? Round 6?
Is it round 6 or is it round 1?
We'll see, innit? We'll see.
As a school of thought with this, that you still need to drag him into deep waters, that you still need to drag him into the second half of the fight. Do you believe that, or are we all looking at this the wrong way?
Didn't you watch me outboxing him for like 3 rounds?
Well, that must be said, it still ended in a draw.
Yeah, well, he was the golden boy, weren't he? They're going to favour him over there. I would just come in there to get beat on paper. So if it's a draw in Saudi when the big guys are fighting, what does that tell you?
You said I won the lottery. As you look around now, the tickets you sold, the posters, everything, is this a pinch yourself moment? Does it really matter? It has to be a win tomorrow for it all to come home.
It's gone behind that point now. It's fight time.
Will you give us a final prediction before I let you go?
Late.
Late. Okay. Wish you all the best luck. Thank you for joining us. Where is the main man? Ben Whittaker, come and join us now. Didn't want to break that to head there. Is that one last, it's been, I don't want to say light-hearted, but, not really engaged too much with him. Was that a sign there you're not prepared to look away because you don't want to give anything away?
Yeah, it was kind of cute looking into each other's eyes. But, it is what it is, man. All that looking into each other's eyes, all this talking, it comes to an end tomorrow.
What about how you looked on the scales there? I don't think you'll mind me saying, Saudi Arabia, we've seen you look like a Rolls Royce on the scales before. In Saudi, perhaps didn't look the best. Today, what do you think? You look back to the old Ben Whittaker, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, man, Turkey was feeding me up too much. So we came back home. We're on the curry goat now, so you saw the shape on the scales. I look good.
Did you hear what he said there? He said you're getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, that's cute. I don't really understand what he's saying, so he needs some subtitles when he's talking. But at the end of the day, you'll see how big I am in there Sunday.
People feel, I think, if you're backed into a corner, people start doubting you. This is your time to shut a lot of people up and not restore that faith at all, but this is a terrific opportunity to do just that.
Yeah, of course. A lot of people have got things to say, but when I come out shining Sunday, we'll let them keep talking.
You also said drag you into the second half of the fight, make it go late. Do you expect that? Are you prepared for that? And if it does go that way, what happens?
We're prepared for everything. We've ticked every box in camp. I'm in great shape. It's very cliche when people say, I've had a great camp. Trust me, you'll see.
Looking forward to it. Wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
I wonder if that mascot's going to be following everywhere today.
Well, I mean, it looked like quite hard work, didn't it? He didn't seem to really be able to see where he was going. That's not a gig I would want, to be honest, to don that kind of outfit. It seems fraught with danger.
Yeah, imagine signing the contract for that. Liam, really good to see you. Almost there, almost there. Had a bit of a long day. You were kept waiting at the first weigh-in this morning. How was that?
Well, they were struggling, weren't they? We were struggling.
Is that what you're thinking?
Early weigh-in, they've got this weigh-in early for his weight, and he turns up late. Better for me. The later he is and the more killing himself at weight he is, the better for me, so I can't complain.
You seem very relaxed ahead of tomorrow night. You had 5 rounds of data to process from Ben Whittaker from the first fight. What did you learn about him?
They weren't as good as I thought, but this is a new fight and a fresh fight, and I'll have to keep that mentality.
He said himself, Ben did, that you were the best version of yourself, he was the worst. Are we going to see an even better version of you tomorrow evening?
Yeah, 100%. He don't know what happened. I've already spoke about what happened in fight camp and stuff. That were his best. That were his time to shine in Saudi, to get everyone behind him, and he failed it.
I'm interested to know, you mentioned yesterday at the press conference that you need to have that kind of fear factor almost when you go out to bring out the best in you. What do you do to get yourself in that zone?
Just think of bad things.
Fair enough.
Can I just ask, in regards to the training camp, is this the best training camp you've ever had for any fight, preparation-wise?
Yeah, since I've been back, and for a very long time, what I can remember. I've done 100 round sparring. I've gone from cruiserweights, heavyweights, and everything I've been sparring.
So confidence-wise, in your ability and everything's on point?
I've been doing the rounds great and sparring.
What's going to happen then? Can you give us a
Not like
prediction?
me, is it?
I mean, it's always difficult to ask.
I'm hoping I can get him out of there later.
Okay, well, best of luck. Look forward to
you.
seeing you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Round 2. Just let Liam exit there. It's quite noisy in here. I'm actually struggling to hear a little bit of what people are saying. But he does seem particularly relaxed, Matt, ahead of tomorrow night.
Exactly, the pressure's not on him really. It's more on Ben Whittaker. He's and on top of that, I think he's just confident that he's going to do what he did last time, but even better. Like he said there, he doesn't want to give the prediction, but you can tell he thinks he's going to get to him later on and hopefully get the stoppage.
Good to see you, Ben.
You right? You okay?
Who's your friend?
I don't think we can give away his details, but he's doing a very good job. You know what I mean? He came back to the house the other day, and bless him, he was dripping out sweating, so it's a shift in there.
Hang on, what? Rewind. The mascot's been living in your house as well?
Yeah, we've got to look after the suit. People might try and rob it.
Interesting, Ben, interesting. So today started off with a little bit of drama, shall we say. You were 30, 45 minutes late for the weigh-in. Just spoken to Liam about that. He's obviously throwing out stuff saying maybe tight the weight. What's your retort to that?
Well, I'm staying in the Airbnb, which is quite a distance away. And then, you know, human territories come, man. I needed a number 2. The toilet didn't look right for me, so I need to go and find a proper one. And that was it, really.
Any mind games of just trying to get under his skin at the
you can
last
say
minute?
so, you can say so, but like I said, all this talk, you know, he's looking small, he's looking big. It's a fight at the end of the day. I could come in there skinny as a brick. You know, I'm still going to punch his head in, so it don't really matter.
How much pressure are you feeling ahead of tomorrow? You're going to be in front of your home crowd. Are you feeling that at all? I mean, how have the last 6 months been for you? Because you have come under a fair amount of criticism.
I think I'm a fighter that under pressure strives through that. I'll shine through that. I don't like to always talk about the amateurs, but the Olympic Games, for me, it was so... The pressure on that was massive. A lot of people knew I was supposed to do what I was supposed to do. So that, having the country on your shoulders was a lot. But the last 6 months for me has been great. It's been a time where I don't have to be around cameras. I've been able to just be in the gym, work hard and work on my craft. And I've got a person like Andy behind me. It's been amazing.
Have you managed to sort of filter out the noise around you?
Yeah, I think it's what I needed. Like I said, my life was moving at 100 miles an hour. And it's the break I needed. It's like I said, before the Olympics, I was just in the gym. Nobody really knew me, where everybody knows me now. So I've gone to Ireland. I've cut the distractions out. And I'm either in the gym or in church, so it's amazing.
It seems to be going well with Andy Lee. Mm-hmm. How is that gelling, and what's the relationship like?
It's amazing. Like I said, when someone's been through it themselves, you kind of respect it. He's got great fighters in the camp. You bounce off each other's energy. And when he's a person that if he tells you to do something, you're going to listen. Where before, I was kind of like, you know. So it's a person that I really, I listen to and I respect.
Johnny, you know about that all too well, just how important it is to have that really solid relationship with your trainer and the respect there as well.
Hey, without a doubt, if you want to get to the world level that's expected of this young man, you need to make those fundamental changes. And you've probably spoken more in this interview than we did in the gloves raw, so we've got to learn a little bit more about what's gone on behind closed doors. But I suppose it's been a conscious decision that you have to make, because you want to actually say, you know what, this is who I am. I've been misrepresented.
Yeah, of course, and thank you very much for saying it. Like I said, I'm a person that's got two sides to me. I am flashy, I am flamboyant, but there's a part of me where, of course, I'm humble as well. I came from a household I know right from wrong. My dad worked 2 jobs, mum worked 2 jobs. I had to go out and earn it myself. So for me, I am very humble. But when you see the diamonds on my wrist and things like that, I like that too. And I mean, I do like that too. So I've got 2 sides to me. And Andy can tell you, Andy wouldn't have took me on if I was a nasty person. You know, we sat down and he actually asked me questions about myself. And that's what made him like me.
Well, and I guess if you're both real with each other, it's going to work better long term anyway, isn't it?
100%. I think he's the first coach other than my amateur coach I've been actually honest and open with. We've sat down, we've ate together, we've seen his family, and I think when you do that, it's the best thing.
Why did I not get this conversation in the gloves raw?
I think you work for Liam Cameron, that's why. Sheffield boy.
We're getting it now. Before we let you go, because I know you will want to get off. We're so used to seeing you as the showman. We perhaps didn't see that. Well, we didn't really see that in Dubai, did we? In October. Are we going to see that from you tomorrow? And do you feel like you need to make a statement tomorrow night?
Yeah, the statement is going out there and winning and shining like Ben Whittaker should do. I think you just know it. You know, when you just wake up and you feel sharp. Each day I'm waking up and just feeling sharp. I didn't feel like that in Saudi, and I'm happy now. We're in Saudi. I just felt weird. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're here now. I'm feeling sharp, and I'm only going to get sharper through the day.
Are you looking ahead? Are you looking beyond this?
You can never do that, but I'm a person who likes to look through the future. So, of course, get through this, and it's going to be great things.
All right, Ben, well, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Thank you very much. Nice one. And like I said, tomorrow's a great day. It's the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So it's going to be a great day, and it's going to be my return. Everybody tune in. If you haven't got your tickets, there's a couple left, and it's time to steal the show, baby. You know we do, the surgeon.
Does my job for me pretty much, doesn't he? You don't really need to do a great deal. Off he goes. Again, relaxed. There you go.
You know, you've done really well there because he kind of clammed up and he wouldn't really give anything away when the gloves are off. I've probably learned more about behind the scenes from what's going on, attitude and everything. And I think because all the hard work's done, the training's been done, it's now down to fight time. So that's why you can always see the difference between fighters when they're in training camp, when the pressure's on them. You kind of really relieved when training camp's over and the fight's the easy bit. So now it's just nice to see this side of both fighters.
Well, Matt, because you know Andy so well, do you think it was even more important for Ben to go with someone like Andy after what happened, with all the noise going on, someone like Andy that will sort of keep him grounded and just I guess, keep it straight with him?
Yeah, because Andy, he'll be able to relate and identify with him, because Andy was a big-named amateur turning professional with Manny Stewart. Early doors, scored a highlight reel, sensational one-punch knockout at Madison Square Garden, had massive hype, really coming through. Then he got derailed by Brian Vera, and he'd have seen how fickle people are, how you're as good as your last fight, how it can turn on you. So he'll be able to talk him through all his journey, and he'll be able to source strength from that and kind of confidence from it, and realise, like, it's just another fight. You know what I mean? What's happened? You've got to use it for motivation. There are things you've got to look at where you went wrong, why you didn't improve as well as you should have, and we're going to work on those things. But I think it was the perfect match for him, really, because I think, like I say, I think he'll have his respect because he's been there and done it. He'll be able to personally give him the insight from things he went through himself, and all the experience he picked up from being around Manny Stewart and the Cronk. So I think Ben was always going to probably make the move to a more experienced professional trainer than Joe Beach. But at the time, things were winning. You just kick it down the road a little bit, and it's not until a loss or a performance that was like a loss where you then actually make those changes.
But it could potentially, should Ben come through in style tomorrow night, be the perfect storm with what happened, because there has been a lot of intrigue. There's been a lot of people sort of interested in the fight that maybe might not have been interested, but if he does put on a show tomorrow, then it could be a really positive ending for him.
It absolutely could. It absolutely could. And this is the thing with boxing, because you make your own fixtures essentially, you never really know what's going to happen. Before that first fight, people felt like they did know what was going to happen, but it's kind of like he's resitting an exam tomorrow night. The first time around, he was thinking in terms of what grade am I going to get? I need an A star, I need to look amazing. Tomorrow night is pass-fail. It is pass-fail. And he has to pass, and he has to pass convincingly, or people will continue to ask the questions. And he doesn't like people asking the questions. He can claim that he's zen as much as he wants, but as these two know, nobody likes that. Nobody likes being questioned as to your minerals particularly and your ability level. So it is pass-fail tomorrow night. It's a binary thing.
And the fact that it's just pass-fail, it'll probably mean he performs well. Because when, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does, totally, completely.
Yeah. Johnny, before we go, you know what's coming.
I knew it was going to come.
What do you think?
I think it's a clear-cut win for Ben Whittaker, and that might not go down very well in Sheffield, because I think Liam's a great guy, but I think the class, the style and the skill, and the box intelligence, IQ from Ben has to shine through. I expect nothing less.
Not going to ask you, Andy, for obvious reasons, but Matt?
I think it'll be a close, hard, competitive fight, but I think Ben will be sharper this time, and he'll navigate the distance better, and he'll win on points in it. But I think it'll be a tough, hard fight.
It's those questions. We all want them to be answered, don't we? And hopefully they will be on Sunday night. We would love your company. We shall be on air from 7 o'clock, Sky Sports Action, and also Sky Showcase. Hopefully see you there.